As of today, June 1st, 2023, you can now purchase my debut novel, The Beauty of Dawn. So, the main characters in my book are Nathaniel Cade, who's the main character, and he is a thief burdened by prophecy. And then there is Cassidy Aldane, who is the first friend he's ever had, and she is a squire at a place called the Faith of On. And at the Faith of On, there is a knight, and his name is Audric Lucen, and he is the mentor figure of this story. When I write books, I try to have each character envelop a moral theme. So each person has a moral problem, and their actions and the way that they develop through the plot is kind of centered around that moral problem. So they keep making moral actions based on whatever I'm trying to tell in the story. So for Nathaniel's case, he is a mistrustful thief. He doesn't trust anybody. He has a really hard time opening up to people, and he feels like he has to rely only on himself instead of his friends. So that's kind of Nathaniel's character. And then each of them has their own kind of separate thing going on. Audric Lucen, who is another really important character in the book, his moral theme that he has going on is that he previously lost his son, and he's been trying to overcome that for the past couple of years until he meets Nathaniel, and then they have to work together to become morally better in the story. I think that it's really important to put things that you have personally experienced, the things that you have personally struggled with in your stories. So yes, there are certain elements about Nathaniel and certain people that remind me of other people in the book. My favorite part of the book?
Yeah, favorite part of the story.
I really like the dragon.
Ooh, there's a dragon?
There's a dragon, and he's really cool. He's the size of a mountain range. And my dad doesn't like that.
Oh.
He thinks that that's unrealistic, and I told him to get over it. I'm actually submitting my book to a competition for self-published authors, and it required that my book be published by June 1st to enter the competition. Otherwise, I had to wait a whole other year to submit it, and I just didn't think it was worth it to do that for an arbitrary date in June. It was June 23rd, so I just decided to, surprise, release it today and enter my book into the competition. I was 15 years old when I first started writing The Beauty of Dawn. I have changed a lot, and so has my writing style since I first started writing the book. When I first wrote it, I had no planning to it whatsoever. I just kind of wrote something for fun, and it was around 600, 700 pages when it went into book form. And then I left it alone for a while, and then I came back to it, and I actually made it into a real story. Yes, I kept going back, and I kept fine-tuning the book. I rewrote the book, I think I rewrote it 3 times. I rewrote it 3 times, and I did a final edit on it, and then I sent it away to Hilary Sames, who is my developmental editor. I looked for a very long time for an editor. I spent probably a month searching for an editor on a platform called Reedsy. My developmental editor was a previous acquiring editor at Orbit Books. Yeah, I loved working with Hilary. Yeah, she was great. She had a one-on-one session with me where we talked about the book and we talked about lots of other stuff. She left lots of helpful comments in the margins of the book, and she made it a worthy story. There's lots of stages to editing a book when it comes to traditional publishing. First you start with a developmental editor, then you go into a line editor. So what I did was I found a line editor, and my line editor was Melissa Frayne, who was a previous senior editor at Tor Books. I think that there are certain things that I would do differently. I think that I learned a lot through this process. I learned lots about self-publishing, I learned lots about the book industry, and I think that there are things I would do the same. I think I did a really great job picking my editors. I think I have a really great way of actually writing the book and making a product. There's certain launching things that I would do differently because it's all just so new to me, and there's lots of mistakes that I made, but it's how you learn from them, I guess.
So does that mean that you're going to write?
Yeah, I'm already working on writing a book, actually. It's called If Our Souls Were Flowers, and without giving too much away about it, it's really cool. I'm really excited for it. If you are an ARC reader, so if you received my book beforehand for free in exchange for an honest review on Amazon, you still have until the 23rd of June to leave a review. And that's because I didn't think it was fair to expect everyone to leave a review before today because I didn't even announce that it was going to be today. When your book has more reviews than the other books on Amazon, it makes you one step closer to becoming a bestseller. And everybody who does leave a review of my book on Amazon gets entered to win a competition for a free signed special edition hardcover copy of my book. And there will only ever be one of these in existence, so be sure to leave your review to enter the draw. So my mom did the cover for my book, and I did all of the typography. So she did the art, and I did the typing here, the typing here, the typing on the back. There's also a really nice map in the center of the book, or at the start of the book. I made that as well, and I also designed the whole interior. And if you go through the book, it's actually really pretty. Every little number at the bottom of the page, not that you can see it, but there's a little moon and a little star. And there's also a raven. There's a raven at the start of every chapter. There was a lot of learning when it came to self-publishing my book, and it frustrated me a lot of the time because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just following tutorials on the internet, and what I actually did was I took a book that I have on my shelf at home, and I took a ruler and I measured the margins between each page. So I opened up the book, and there's a space between the edge and where the text is, and I took a ruler to it and I figured out the exact amount, and I did that for the entire book, and that's how I figured out how to put the interior together. Yep, so today is June 1st, 2023, and you can now purchase my book on Amazon as both an ebook and a paperback. My book has officially been released. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at my book signing on June 24th at the Inside Story in Greenwood.